Hello, everyone. My name is Tamara, and today I want to talk to you about developmental trends as it relates to a child's physical skills, self concept, social emotional development, and cognitive abilities. The demographic that I chose to work with are adolescents from ages 12 to 18. I'm interested in this age group because I've gained most of my experience as an educator in a high school setting, and that's a group that I'm familiar with. I'll begin with the physical skills. From my research, I discovered that students in this age range typically experience significant body growth and have changes in their diet, rest, hygiene, and so forth. They may also be going through puberty and experimenting with their sexuality. As far as their self concept or how they see themselves, they're developing an identity based on gender and culture and beginning to experience the challenges of becoming an adult. They're making choices about the types of activities they want to be involved in, and they're also building relationships with others. They can also be preoccupied with themselves as well. Now, at this stage, they are likely to be asking themselves, who am I? In this group's social emotional development, they're beginning to show empathy towards others and the ability to make the right choices. They've selected their friend groups and they're possibly giving in to peer pressure because they want to fit in. They don't tend to think about the future as much as they should, so they may take some unnecessary risks. They may experience unpredictable mood swings and have more conflict with their families. At this point, they understand what appropriate behavior is, but they may lack self control. Now, this is a non exhaustive list of characteristics that were listed in the Child Development and Trauma Guide, but it is a list of things that I've personally witnessed while working with teens. As it relates to their cognitive abilities, they begin to appreciate perspectives that are different than theirs. They can reason logically, they can read between the lines in certain situations, and they know how to solve problems. They may also choose careers that are realistic, or on the other hand, they may choose careers that don't align with their skill sets or talents. And I've seen that quite often. A few possible indicators of trauma in this age group include loss of sleep, eating disorders, running away, being withdrawn, unable to concentrate, psychological distress, changes in the quality of important relationships, and even irritability. The impacts of trauma span the gamut. I know that it could be inclusive of having a pessimistic worldview, being vulnerable to depression, anxiety, stress, suicidal ideation, behavioral disorders, and low self esteem. They could also fear being independent of their family, or they may try to enter into adulthood prematurely, for example, marrying early or becoming pregnant. So, if a family is experiencing a traumatic event, the subsequent actions of a school counselor becomes very important. According to another article that I read in the Child Abuse and Neglect Journal, adolescents who display trauma symptoms will need support from the adults in their family because the emotional support of a caregiver plays a huge role in the healing and recovery process. And so, if a parent can't take care of themselves or manage their emotions, and they will find it definitely hard to take care of a child who's in need.